The place tourists are currently entering is the Cu Chi Tunnels, which were considered a nightmare by the U.S. military during the Vietnam War. The Cu Chi Tunnels have a total length of 250 kilometers and were dug entirely by hand by Vietnamese militias. The entire tunnel network connected 6 villages in the Cu Chi area and linked all Viet Cong bases. We can see that the entrance to the tunnels is extremely narrow and hidden. Without a guide's instructions, tourists would not be able to find where the entrance is at all. Back then, the Viet Cong in the bunkers would often emerge from underground to launch surprise attacks, catching the enemy off guard. Once you enter the tunnel, you will find that the space inside is quite large, though the passages are narrow and complex, just like a maze. There were not only places for starting fires and cooking, but even hospitals and strategic analysis meeting rooms. It's somewhat like an underground ant nest. This was actually the tunnel warfare strategy that China taught to Vietnam. It took advantage of the small and thin stature of the Vietnamese people, whereas the U.S. troops were mostly large men. Even if they discovered these tunnels, they could not fit inside. At that time, the U.S. military used many methods but failed to capture this place. They even specifically sent rats into the tunnels. Rats referred to some people with small statures. However, there were many traps and poisonous snakes intentionally placed inside the tunnels by the Vietnamese. Combined with the narrow and confined space, this caused great psychological trauma for the U.S. military.